So, it's kind of funny, but also kind of sad, how so many action movies from the 80s and the 90s are still better than most action movies that come out nowadays. Here's my view of Bullet Train. Bullet Train. So, Bullet Train is directed by David Leitch and is a new action movie which stars Brad Pitt, and basically his character is on his mission to go and retrieve this briefcase on this bullet train, hence in the film, and basically along the way he runs into old foes and new foes who all have backstories which connect to what's really happening on this train. And that's basically the plot of Bullet Train. And honestly, I've got to admit, I did not like this movie. It wasn't for me. I didn't really get along with it. I didn't care about anything going on in the movie. I didn't care about Brad Pitt's character. I didn't care about Aaron Taylor Johnson's character, Brian Terry Henry's character. I didn't care about anything in the film. I just sat there and I was like, why should I care? Why should I care about anything that's going on? There's nothing redeemable about Brad Pitt's character. There's nothing redeemable about him. And I'm just sitting there thinking, why should I care? I just don't care about anything. I'm like, it's over-stylized. It feels like a poor man's Guy Ritchie movie. Like, it feels like David Leitch, who's the director of the film, it feels like he's trying to copy the same sort of style and energy of, say, Snatch, or, you know, Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, or even, you know, one of Guy Ritchie's later movies, The Gentleman. It feels like he's trying to copy, you know, those films, the style of those films, and the story, and how the story's told in those movies, but just... it doesn't come across well whatsoever. It really doesn't. It feels like he's trying to copy Guy Ritchie, and it's not working. And also, it feels like he's trying to copy, you know, Tarantino's Kill Bill films. And again, none of it's working. None of it's coming across in the way it should do in this film. Every single character has a backstory, and every single thing has a backstory. Honestly, there's even one point in the film, and I'm not sure if it's meant to be a joke or not, because the film was just so outlandish and just so weird and just so, I don't know, rubbish, that I didn't care if it was meant to be a joke or not. But basically, towards the end of the movie, you even get a backstory for a water bottle. That's not a joke. But anyway, get the point. Every single character has a backstory in this film, and I just didn't care about any of them. Not even Brad Pitt's character. In fact, Brad Pitt's character is the only one who didn't really get a backstory. He's a protagonist I want to care about. I want to find something out. Okay, he's got like a wife at home, a kids he has to get back to. I don't know, just something like that. Give me something to actually invest myself into that character, and I never got that. And I just, oh god, it was like overcomplicated and overconvoluted. So many things were happening. I think the film was like 2 hours, and it felt 2 hours and a half. Honestly, it went on way too long. Like, I think I got to the 2 hour mark, and then you find out who the real big bad guy is. You finally meet him, and by that point, I was kind of like, can we just finish the film here? And then it carried on for like another half an hour. It might have been shorter. It might have gone on for a shorter length, but it felt like it carried on for another half an hour. And just Michael Shannon shows up on stage as well. Michael Shannon, who is a splendid actor, but he shows up on one stage, and he shows up and he looks like James May. Honestly, I really expected him to show up and say to Brad Pitt's character, "You cock," little Top Gear reference there if you haven't seen the show, but still, nevertheless, you get the point I'm making. He shows up looking like James May, and I literally just burst out laughing in the cinema with my friend that I was watching with yesterday. God, it's so rubbish in my opinion. There's nothing to it. I didn't care about anything going on in the film. As for perks, the performances aren't bad. Brad Pitt's not bad in the film. You know, at the same time though, on the topic of Brad Pitt, I'm not sure why they casted him for the lead role. Like, I'm not going to give away what happens. I'm not going to give away anything to this movie. But there's someone who shows up in a cameo role towards the end of the film, and I think that actor may be better suited for the main role of this movie. I don't really like that actor, and hopefully you know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie, but I don't really like the actor I'm talking about. But he did work with David Leitch on a previous film that David Leitch made, in a previous comic book film. Again, I'm giving it a bit away there if you look at David Leitch's filmography. But still, Brad Pitt kind of just, I don't know. I didn't love him in this film. I didn't hate him, but I also didn't really get along with his performance that much. It felt like he was trying to act in a certain way that wasn't him. I don't know if anyone else felt like that. Also, Aaron Taylor Johnson is good in the movie. I like Aaron Taylor Johnson quite a lot. Love him as Kick-Ass, love him as John Lennon in Noah Boy, which I think is a great movie, by the way, very underrated. But the thing is, though, in this film, he shows up, and I'm pretty sure he's British in real life. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure he is. And he shows up though, and it sounds like he's trying to do a Dick Van Dyke for Mary Poppins. Honestly, there's a couple of moments I was kind of like, is he meant to be British? Because he sounds like he's overdoing the British accent, and I thought it was from Britain in real life. But there you go. At the same time, though, Brian Tyree Henry's doing a British accent in the film. His isn't bad, but again, it's just, the performances aren't bad in the movie. No one's bad, and it's not unwatchable. I can see a lot of people going to this movie having a good time with it. Just personally, though, I didn't. I struggled with this film, and I didn't want to. But about half an hour, I was like, I don't care. I don't care about anything that's happening. I'd much rather go and watch Snatch, or Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, or The Gentleman, or Kill Bill Volume 1 or 2. I'd much rather go and watch those movies over this film. And it's taken so much off those movies that it's just, you can't help but sit there and think, oh, I'd much rather watching one of those other films I just mentioned. That's what I felt like. I sat there going, okay, so he's trying to copy what Tarantino did with Kill Bill Volume 1. Remember how good that film was? I'd much rather be watching that film than this film right now. And so, Bullet Train, in conclusion, is not a terrible movie, but it's also not really a good one in my opinion. And I wanted to be so much better, and I wanted to really enjoy it. I wasn't going to this movie expecting, you know, the Godfather-esque sort of storytelling. I wasn't going into this movie expecting one of the best action movies I've ever seen either. But the thing is, though, I was expecting to have a good time, and I didn't even get that. I didn't care about anything that's going on. Every character's backstory, I didn't care about any of them. And also, it's over-stylized, it's over-convoluted, it's over-complicated. And in the end, I came out of the cinema with a headache. And that's not what you want from a film like this. And so, all in all, I'm going to say the Bullet Train, I'm going to say that it's about 3.5 out of 10. Honestly, I always say this, but I mean it again. If you enjoy this film, that is what matters the most. Just because I don't enjoy it doesn't mean I think. And if you're watching the video and you haven't actually seen the film yet, you know, I would still recommend it. Like I said, I watched some with a friend, and they really enjoyed it, though. They actually came at cinema and went, no, actually, that wasn't bad. And I came at cinema going, I think it was. But still, nonetheless, just because I don't like a movie doesn't mean you shouldn't. Doesn't mean you shouldn't, and doesn't mean you shouldn't go watch it nonetheless. So, if you're interested in the film, go and check it out, because you may love it. Just personally for me, I didn't care about anything that was going on in the film whatsoever. I struggled to really get myself invested in a character that I knew nothing about, in Brad Pitt's protagonist, and I wanted to enjoy it so much, but the action was over-stylized. And there's another point about the action. The action in the movie isn't bad by any means, but the thing is, though, it's that frenetic cutting in so many action scenes in so many movies nowadays. One of my big problems with Jungle Cruise as well, which came out last year. You know, you have these action scenes in these movies nowadays, but then this like frenetic editing going on in the action sequence where you can't really tell what's going on, and it just gives you a headache. And it's just like, ugh! I hate that mentality that so many filmmakers have nowadays, that they think that their spectator, audience members, are going to get bored if the action sequence, if like a shot in an action sequence goes on for more than 10 seconds, so they phonetically cut it, and it just, I don't know, that really annoys me. Sorry, it just really does. And also, the film goes on for way too long. It's overcomplicated. Honestly, like, I thought that it was going to be like a simple movie, and then it gets way too big with its own boots. It becomes like it becomes way more about the Bullet Train and way more about Brad Pitt's character, and it's like, oh wow, going on this, what we're doing, I don't really care. I don't really care about any of it. That's the point I'm making. I didn't really care about anything in this movie whatsoever, and I really want to enjoy it. I really, really did. Sometimes I go to cinema, actually quite often go to cinema, I just want to enjoy myself. I'm not expecting to see the next masterpiece every single time I go to cinema. I'm not. But I want to have a fun time. I don't want to come out with a headache like I did with this movie. It's not terrible, and I can see why a lot of people might like it. But for me, it was a poor man's Guy Ritchie movie, which was a poor man's Tarantino film. And I really struggled with it in the end. Just got to be honest. And so, all in all, I'm going to say that Bullet Train, I'm going to say that's a 3.5 out of 10 from me. Anyway guys, what do you think of Bullet Train? Please comment down below and know your thoughts in the comment section below. Anyway guys, thank you as always for watching, and if you haven't yet, please click down below and like and subscribe on this video, and look forward to many more, both film and TVs, come very soon on this channel. See you guys again soon, but bye for now, bye!